What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I want to apologize first of all for my absence, but I have seen in our absence we've gained about 150 subscribers, so welcome to everybody that's new. I hope you enjoy the content. I hope you enjoy what you're seeing, and of course to my regular subscribers that's been here this whole time, I love you. I love you. I'm sorry that I left you for so long, but we are back today. Indeed, we are back, and today we're going to be taking a look at this Michael Myers quarter scale slasher edition statue by PCS. This is an edition run of 1500, and I happen to get number 53. That's not too bad. It's not too shabby. This is a long video. I give you a couple of tips and tricks to make your statue look better. Bunch of controversy around this thing, man. I want to get into that. I want to take a dive. All right, I want to talk about this thing. I want to give my 2 cents, and I think it'll help a lot of buyers out there on whether or not they should pick this up. So without further ado, guys, get yourself a nice beverage, maybe something to eat, kick your feet up, and let's get started. Alright, guys, so here we have the box for the statue. This is a nice box. I like it. The picture's a bit pixelated, but that's Michael Myers. That's the statue right there. On the bottom, we have John Carpenter's Halloween, some branding. And then to the top right here, we have Premium Collectible Studio. I thought it was Pop Culture Shock, but I guess you learn something new every day. I was wrong. It's Premium Collectible Studio. On the top of the box here in the flap, you got John Carpenter's Halloween, some more branding. More branding on the side. You got John Carpenter's Halloween, PCS, and Pumpkinhead with a knife. On the back here, this is where the controversy lays. Now, me, myself, I'm an artist, right? You're going to see some of my work here on the screen in a minute. Enjoy it. I knew that the prototype wasn't going to come out like this. Okay, this is prototype shots. This is from Nathan Eakins, Silent Surfer. That's his little nickname. He very credible artist in the 1/6 community, all around, really. Guy paints statues, head sculpts, whatever. Does great work. He painted the head sculpt for the prototype. I knew they weren't going to be able to match that exactly. Why? Because Nathan put about 10 hours, I would assume. I mean, that's judging by my work, I would say he probably put about 8 to 10 hours into this thing, and the manufacturer is making 4,000 of these guys. This is mass produced. They're not going to put 8 hours into each head sculpt. It is what it is. We're going to get more into that in a bit because what they did do was amazing. So here we have the foam housing for the statue that was inside of the box. They give you a beautiful COA here. I got number 53 out of 1500 again. Thing about these is I have so many of them, and I don't have room to display them yet. I'm going to get another DTOF. It'll be in this video. I don't have it yet, but it will be. Here's my other COAs. I have it for Tanila's Coveralls, the Yunsel runs, head sculpts, you name it. Thomas's paintwork for my Mad Bug. So, yeah, I need a place to put these. But nonetheless, you can see I have a bunch. I'm happy that they give you a COA. It's a really nice touch. Moving forward, I really enjoyed these straps. It's kind of pathetic how blown away I was that this had straps like this. I just thought it was a really nice touch. You know, I never had a statue up until now, at least, and it's just not something I was used to. And I liked that they labeled the top, because if you open it upside down, it could be catastrophic to the statue. So I like that. I really do. Opening this thing, it was an eye opener for me how big this was in hand. You see photos and videos on the internet, but it doesn't translate well. I guess if you already have statues and you're used to it, then yeah. But me, no. Like I said, I've had quarter scale Hot Toys, but nothing like this. So this was really, really cool. Of course, the first thing I had to do was pick up the head sculpt, and I instantly went onto Instagram because what I was seeing in front of me looked nothing like what I was looking at in photos and stuff on the PCS group. It goes to show you that you can't judge these things off of photos, especially bad ones that are drowned out in bad lighting. And that's the case with this head sculpt, man. This thing is beautiful in hand. The detail with the contours, the shading, they did a really good job with this. And I could tell this just from this sitting in the bag. I was honestly blown away at how close they got to Nathan's work from the factory. I mean, that's really good. And I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be good, but I didn't expect that. So they include a pair of white gloves, and this is just so cool to me. Again, I've never had a statue, so I'm going to open these up and wear them. Okay, so here's the bottom of the statue. This was pretty cool. I mean, I've seen companies do more. I've seen companies do less. Some companies do some extreme, extravagant artwork on the bottom and the bases. In this case, it's not that big. I want to say this thing is probably, I don't have the dimensions on hand, but for what they did, it was good. Look, you got John Carpenter's Halloween 1/4 scale slasher edition, and then you get the edition size. So again, and it's hand numbered, so that's a nice touch. I got number 53 out of 1500. You got some branding, and that's about it, man. A little black background, and I think that's fine. I mean, you're never going to see this thing. And then here's me just looking over the base in awe. I think that this thing turned out really, really nice. I actually love it. I love it. There's a story with these right here. One of mine was on backwards. I ended up fixing it. I just heated up, pulled it off, and glued it back to where it was supposed to be. It was no big deal. No big deal. Not worth mentioning. Alright, folks, now we got the body out on the base. It connects just by a little key in the slot on the base there. Just be careful getting it in there. Take your time. It's supposed to sit in there perfectly, so you don't want to get in there all wonky. We're going to go ahead and put the arms on, which is the other. It's just like the forearm connected to the hand. So for the left one, the top of the forearm is a bit wide, so be careful getting it through the sleeves. Once you get it up there, you'll fill a pull. It's magnetic, and just turn it until it clicks right into place. That's what I did for me. Worked out perfectly. You know, this is the slasher edition, right? This is the exclusive. So the exclusive came with a pumpkin and a bloody knife, opposed to having the clean knife. Now, me personally, I prefer the clean knife. I don't see Michael Myers as a real gory killer. You know, he's the boogeyman, so I prefer the clean knife. But for you guys, since this is for you, this is a little review for you guys. So you know what? Let me go ahead and put on the bloody knife. So that's exactly what I did. And it's the same deal here, man. Just gently put it in there. You'll feel a pull, all right? It's magnetic. And then just rotate, and it'll click right into place. And this so far is looking really, really good. I love these coveralls. They got these coveralls down to a T, man. Okay, I want to show people something. Here's the head, okay? Everybody's like, oh my god, the hair, it's too, oh my god, it's not enough. Look, the hair is fine. Watch. You just pull it forward, man. Don't be afraid of it. It's gotta be styled. You know, I'm gonna take it upstairs and style it. But if you just wanted to get it out of the box, if you were saying, oh, there's not enough hair on it, there's plenty of hair on it, dude. Chill the fuck out. Look. It's already starting to look better. You just gotta fucks with it. That's it. And now, obviously, you gotta do more than this. Well, I'm going to do more than this. But it's gonna be matted down from shipping. You're not gonna get the horns and everything you want by doing nothing. You gotta style it. But let's style it. I'll be right back. Okay, first things first. Let's try to blow it. And they did put some type of product in there to ship it with. I wish they didn't do that, because I would like to put my own, what I put in there, but it's fine. It'll work. I'm actually going to get a toothbrush, and I will be right back. So when you have like gel or something in the hair, what I do is this. Take a toothbrush, make sure there's nothing in it, which in this case, I actually just swapped out my toothbrush, so I'm using this. So, I wet it and then dry it off, okay? Just make sure nothing's in there. What I'm going to do is, gently, okay, that's important, gently, is just kind of do this. And I'm going to continue to do this until it gets that product out of the hair. And then that way, it'll allow me to put my own in there and style it the way that I wish. Now you can do this, just be careful.
Don't be too rough with it. If you notice, like, it's starting to pull up and in the areas, you're probably doing it too hard. It's just light strokes. Pause. Light strokes. That's it. Just kind of do that all over. See, it was all matted down. There's plenty of hair here to work with. You can see there, just alone, the hairline has come, or not the hairline, but the top is poofed up so much just by messing with it, getting it out. And that's why I was telling people in the PCS group, like, you gotta chill out, man. Get this thing in hand and mess with the hair. A bad hairstyle will throw the whole thing off if you don't have it right. Yeah, see, look at all that hair that's there. There's plenty hair to work with, guys. Don't listen to all the hate on the interwebs. Those people don't know what they're talking about.
Okay, so I forgot to mention, if you are doing that with the toothbrush and little clumps come out, like tiny little clumps, little pieces of hair, it's okay. That's going to happen. You have excess still left in the Sculpt. It's not a bad thing, I promise you. Now, if you have like chunks, that's when you're having an issue, but you shouldn't have that. This is me in the time lapse, essentially styling the hair. I didn't use any product. Luckily, there was enough in there when I wet it that it kind of reignited it. So I just, hopefully this is self-explanatory. I'm wetting it real lightly. I'm not drenching it in water. I'm just wetting it, and then I'm twisting the little curls all over the place. And just like I showed you a couple slides ago, you can literally just pull forward from the back to lift the hair up to make it more poofy. And just do this a few times. Practice, and eventually you'll get it. You should not need to use any like gel or spray or anything like that. Just this will do the trick. And this came out really, really good, man. Let me show you how this turned out.
Alright guys, so we got it all styled. And it's looking good, if I do say so myself. Just kind of, this is where we're at right now. I just went off reference, and nothing I show you in hand is like even gonna amount to what it looks like in person. Dude, this thing is badass. So now that we got that done, let's go ahead and want to get it on there. Get that collar right. Yeah, I wish that could stay closed. I'm gonna have to manipulate that with a little bit of water. All right, here we go, buddy. Here's Michael Myers in the shadows, right? We got half of his mask falling into the shadows, and shadows falling over his face. Looks absolutely amazing in my opinion, guys. Look, fellas, ladies, this thing is badass, man. Don't believe these people out here. These are disinformation agents out here just straight up ramsacking this fucking thing, calling it all types of trash and garbage, and really discrediting it in front of everybody. And a lot of collectors, too, they're feeling discouraged and like they don't want to pick it up. People are canceling their pre-orders because all these asshats are running around. Now, look, if you genuinely don't like the piece, then by all means, don't buy it. Don't buy something that you don't like. But there's a couple of things I'm noticing here. You have people that can't afford it, and they're just talking shit about it, which I never really understood that or doing that. Like, for example, my buddy, he collects Prime 1 statues, all the Batman ones. I fucking love them. I think they look amazing. I wish I could collect them, but it's just not practical for me, right? It's just, it's not realistic. right? That doesn't mean I'm going to go and dog all of them and say that they look like shit. That would be stupid. I think that's counterproductive for everybody, and it's just a downright lie. Now, when photos first surfaced of this guy, it was like 2 weeks ago, I ended up getting my email from Sideshow saying, look, it's coming in on the 26th. We're going to start charging everybody on the 25th. That's your last payment. I paid on the 25th, and it shipped on the 25th, too. Today is March 4th. I got it today from UPS. There was a little delay on it. When the photos first surfaced, I was even feeling like, oh man, like that doesn't look too good. However, since my absence here on YouTube, I went from an amateur sometimes painter to a full-blown commission painter, like painting every single day. I'm doing amazing work. My skill set is amazing, if I do say so myself. And when I saw the photos, I thought to myself, nah, you know better. You know better. Wait till better photos come out. Look, there's no way you can tell with this mask, just completely drowned it out in light. Now, here's the thing about Michael Myers, man. Any sculpt you can take the Mad Bug sculpt, okay? I'm talking to the 1/6 collectors out there now. The Mad Bug sculpt, arguably the best Michael Myers sculpt that there is for a 78, right? Arguably, okay? I think the Tots is really good as well. But you could even take the Tots, drown it out in light, or the Mad Bug, and it's not going to look good. It's going to look like shit. There's a reason Michael Myers was filmed in darkness and a blue hue lighting, right? Like, that's what makes the shape. Not only that, but they literally were constantly messing with the mask in the movie to always make it look a little bit different, scene to scene. So A, it's really hard for a sculptor to capture his likeness perfectly because in each scene, it looks just a little bit different. Maybe one of the eye cuts just looks slightly wonky, or the lips are elongated in another shot. It's just they were always messing with the mask, so it's always different. So when I saw those those original photos drop on the PCS group, I got discouraged for a minute, but then I thought, no, wait till better photos come out. Certainly, better photos came out, and as photos started to come out of this, it was looking better and better and better. But the trolls being trolls, they're doing troll shit. So they were dogging this shit. Finally, Ant is his name. Big wig over there at PCS. I don't know if it's like the founder, the boss, one of the, I don't know who he is, but he works for PCS. He showed a whole diagram.
So Ant made that post with the photos attached, and it shut a lot of people up. Everybody stopped talking about the sculpt so much, but then they moved on to the hair. Oh, there's not enough hair. There's not enough hair. The hair is different. Oh, they used a different hair. They didn't add enough hair. Oh my God, there's not enough hair on this to style it. There's plenty of hair on this sculpt, guys. There's plenty. I just showed you. You can style it exactly like the 78 mask. It's not a problem. It's completely doable. So that continued on and eventually died out. Once people started getting this thing in hand and showing photos, it shut a lot of people up. And a lot of people that canceled it were starting to realize, hey, maybe I shouldn't have done that. All the drama kind of settled until recently. There was a gentleman in the groups just completely harassing people, and then on the boards online, making fun of others who actually like this thing, calling them stupid, saying they're not true fans of Halloween because if they are, they will realize that this piece is trash and blah, blah, blah. The guy says, oh, I have 25 Michael Myers masks, and I met John Carpenter. I know my Michael Myers. Look, dude, all drama aside, it doesn't matter how many collectibles you have. That's not what decides how much of a fan or not you are for a character or franchise. Look, you could have people that have nothing, and they can know everything there is to know about the 78 film and the whole franchise. They can be the biggest fans ever. Maybe they don't have the money to afford the masks or the collectibles. So it's just a really dumb ideology, and that guy, he was annoying. He got kicked out right away. Thank God. It's just annoying. Like, oh, look at me. I met John Carpenter. I know what I'm talking about. No, no, dude. Like, come on. You're not the spokesperson for the boogeyman. All right, get off the high horse. You're not the poster child over here for Halloween. So that was kind of ridiculous. But all that put aside, despite all that, for the most part, the drama died down, and now people are really starting to see this piece for what it is. So I want to apologize for how long this video is going to be, because it is going to be very long. Right here you can see the flesh tones peeking through around the ears, around the top of the sculpt. I love that. They did a great job with the vein details on the hands. Not only in the sculpting, but they had some nice blues and greens, and they did a really good job at blending that in with the flesh tone, and they did some really nice blushes and everything around the knuckles, you know, try to give that that realism look of him actually clenching his fist, holding the knife. They also do a lot of flecking all over the flesh tone, so that it gives it a really nice texture. It looks like skin. It doesn't look just like a flesh tone painted on a material, and that's what I really like. You don't technically see that all the time with statues. It's prevalent in the 1/6 game, but not always statues. From my experience, what I've seen in the past, again, this is my first statue, so I'm happy that it did include the flecking. But yeah, I mean, look at this. You see the contours and the shading. They did a great job around the cheekbones. That's not easy to do. It's really not easy when you have multiple colors going on, because those shades, you're gonna have to blend it in, and it's really hard to do. If you have a really bright white and you go in there with some browns or blacks, that is hard to blend in. But they were able to wrap it all up beautifully, man. And this is just something that you don't see over videos or photos, because the light is flushing it out. It's really something that you have to experience in hand. I like the hole in the neck where she stabs him with the pin. That came out really good. It's kind of ridged, whatever, too. And that's accurate, actually, because if you stab latex, it doesn't make a perfect symmetrical hole. It'll also close up over time. So I don't know if thought went into that, but they did a good job. You can see here on the back of the head, look at all the hair that's not being utilized. Now, it doesn't need to be, but for the people that are saying, oh, there's not enough hair, guys, there's plenty of hair here to work with, man. Don't worry about it. There's plenty there. There's the side of the boots. They did a great job with the weathering on the boots. You got some browns and whites. And that reminds me, I didn't really go over the base, man. The base, they did a great job. The base looks amazing. Now, I wasn't going to mention this, but mine, these pillars here, okay, you got that pillar here and this one here. This one was glued on this side. I took a heat gun, I heated up, and it was bendable. I could bend this whole thing. So while I had heat on it, I took my X-Acto blade in another hand, and I just went up, and it cut the glue right out. I took it, put glue on it, super glue, and put it on this side. No big deal. No reason for me to send it back. I doubt yours will come that way. If it does, it's fixable. I'm not saying that that's acceptable by any means, but mine had it. I figured I'd mention it. It was no big deal. Absolutely amazing. All right, guys, to set this thing off, we're not going to do any special lighting. I just got overhead LEDs coming down on top of the figures. As you can see, we have the statue from PCS, quarter scale, next to my custom 1/6 scale Michael Myers. Okay, so the ones on the left, couple different things going on here. Both of them are on a World Box body, the AT011. They have a Mad Bug sculpt, Untitled Coveralls. Untitled is the cream of the crop when it comes to coveralls in the 1/6 game. And we're going to get in close here in a second. I just kind of want to do an overview. The Mad Bugs are on the figure to the forefront with a knife, and then as you can see on my contraptment in front of the figures here, this guy, that is a V2 that I just got done painting and hairing. I actually have to style the hair, but it's good enough to put in the comparison. Obviously, you can't really compare a 1/6 to a 1/4, but look, when it comes to collectibles, as far as figures, these are considered the best two sculpts that you can get, okay? When it comes to statues, this is the runner-up right here, right? Everybody likes the 1/3, whatever. I think personally, seeing both of them in person, I prefer this one just because of the paint application. It's obviously the same sculpt, right? So yeah, look, dude, the thing about Myers that makes him special and made that 78 mask so special was no expression, none, right? Just blank. These sculpts really capture that. Okay, the Mad Bugs, that's its expertise, right? That's why everybody loves it, is because it's just, there's nothing there. There's no expression. It's an amazing sculpt. The figure behind the one on the forefront there is also on the same setup with the Untitled Coveralls, but it's a sculpt by another sculptor. And basically they were going for the, if you see the mask today, what the 78 mask looks like, the true H40, that's what they called this. That's what it looks like. So a lot of people, when the Halloween 2018 came out, a lot of people wanted them to go back to that original mask and just use it in its current form, or replicate it and use it. Well, if they did that, that's a concept of. Okay, so it's not really a 78. It is, but it's all with it deteriorating and deformed. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do a close-up, and then give me my final thoughts real quick, and we'll get out of here. I know this video is super long. For any of you that are still watching, thank you. I hope maybe I earned your subscription, and you'll subscribe. And here is that sculpt. If you haven't seen what the actual mask looks like today, the original, go look it up online. You'll see it's all deteriorating around the neck and stuff, and chin. And the sculptor, he did a good job, man. Down here, this was a commission for somebody, and like I said, I just got done painting and hairing it. Yeah, it's not styled yet. So, but that is the Mad Bug V2. If we come up, now see, I was talking about the knives earlier. See how this is matte, right? There's really no shiny finish. This, you can see your reflection. You see my fingernail right there? You can see your reflection, and it's super dope. Really cool. This is by an artist out in Mexico called Fergo. And this is a Mad Bug V1 done by my buddy Thomas Turbank. Amazing artist in the 1/6 game. And he actually painted this one. Came out really good. This was my first Mad Bug, and only Mad Bug as of right now that I have. And I absolutely love it. You can see some nice line details on the forehead there. And we compare with this one, right? Now this is quarter scale, obviously. And look, it's all up to, everybody has their own image of Myers, right? Now, I wouldn't necessarily say that either of these are dead on, right? But they're close. It definitely, you look at it and you know that's Michael Myers, right? Again, Michael Myers is such a unique character because of how the mask was made and how they shot the movie, that it's up to each individual's opinion of the character, of how he's supposed to look. I guess there's really no definitive way, at least in my opinion. So, look, I'm happy to expand on these, on the 78 Myers. I have 3 now, technically. Well, I guess that's not technically 78, but it's dressed up like one. Oh, and these boots are the same as this. I could pull the panel. It's the same boots and everything like that. Coveralls, I had mentioned I wish they would have done an actual flap there. You can see this it has the real pockets and everything. These coveralls are the tits, dude. These are nice. But so are these. I think PCS did an amazing job. Look, this is my first statue, and it's because it's Michael Myers. I'm obsessed with Michael Myers. I love Michael Myers. And there he is, guys. Michael Myers, the boogeyman, the shape. Here 1 second, gone the next. Out into the ether. In all seriousness, I think PCS was able not only to capture the essence of Michael Myers, but really the essence of that first movie. From the base to the stance on Michael Myers, the head tilt, the placement of the knife. All of it is exceptional. And this thing is a lot of fun to put in different lighting and take shots of it. I really have enjoyed it. And doing this review, that's been one thing that's really just blown me away about this piece, is how it looks in blue and red lighting. So guys, I hope this video helps you make a decision on whether or not you want it. For me, it is going to be the centerpiece in my Myers collection. Whatever you decide, just respect the next man and his decision to do what he wants as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you're new here, please subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.